and now the president says that he'll wait until the shutdown is over before giving the address. So, James Rosen, we know now from votes in the Senate today that this shutdown is going to continue. So, in the grand scheme of things, how important is the State of the Union aspect of the story?
Well, in the grand scheme of things, it's going to be forgotten, but because the State of the Union it's not statutorily required. It's not in the Constitution. It's a tradition. It's an important tradition when the president comes before both houses of Congress in the House chamber, and you have the Supreme Court justices and members of the cabinet and kind of everybody who's important in the United States government comes. It's the one time where it happens, so it is important symbolically. I think that. President Trump, in his style, after having floated these kind of crazy ideas of doing a State of the Union in various other locations, which would have been really become just a total circus because only Republican members would have shown up, and maybe not every Republican. He dropped that idea, and he's now said that when the shutdown is done, that's when he'll give the State of the Union. And he had a statesman-like statement saying that it was within Speaker Pelosi's discretion to decide this, and he's basically bowing to her wishes. I think this shows that Speaker Pelosi's, I think the larger meaning of this, beyond just the issue itself of what the State of the Union, is that once again, Speaker Pelosi's standing went through a period of really several years where she was being criticized and mocked. Some members of her own party ran for Speaker against her. They didn't have the support, but that's very telling when a former Speaker of the House is running to have the post again and has opposition. And yet, in recent weeks, starting I think with the White House meeting with Senator Schumer and President Trump, and some others over funding for the wall, she very calmly and logically kind of took down a couple of Trump's claims. And so she's kind of emerging as somebody who has figured Trump out and has figured out strategically how to deal with him. And I think that's the significance. I think she emerges from this, again, stronger than she was before.
Captain Murti, Nancy Pelosi's figured Trump out. You just have to say no.
Well, I don't know. I don't know if anyone can figure Trump out, but I really want to take it back to the symbolism of the State of the Union. As James mentioned, while the Constitution does say that the president needs to inform Congress on a regular basis about the State of the Union, they're not at all clear in what format that needs to be. And it's worth mentioning that although our first two presidents did deliver addresses, President Jefferson decided that he would convert it to a letter format because he thought that the president standing up and addressing Congress was too similar to a monarchy. And with the exception of Calvin Coolidge, who did give one address via radio, every other president followed that letter format up until we got to Wilson.